Oh my God, I have three more tweets to share with you. So let's read what's there. It's kind of fun when they out themselves. They didn't impress her. Why would they? She was hobnobbing with world leaders before she met Harry. She was above them and everywhere. Okay, spot on. Dangerous level of self-belief. Those words are shocking. Hard to believe someone actually wrote that. Meghan was never going to fit and still remain the dynamic woman she was born to be. Okay, the common view of the older generation in England. Okay, the problem with the wealthy who are not used to people in a different socio-economic standing is the belief that your self-esteem match your bank account. Behave as you are as good as they are, and that's distasteful. You don't know your place, hence the term difficult. Yeah, they want to be the only one. That's the thing, the part of greed. Okay, Meghan outshone them all and they couldn't handle it. They wanted her to be grateful and bow to them and be their scapegoat. Harry and Meghan made absolutely the right decision to get away from this very dysfunctional family. Okay, wow, no shame at all. I mean, what kind of reporting is this? The left behind Windsors sometimes I call them that. The left behind Windsors should stop whining now and just get on with their grifting. Let Harry and Meghan get on and thrive and be the success that they are meant to be. You know what's killing them right now? They know every week Harry and Meghan are doing something magnificent. People's talking about it. And that prevent them from focusing on their own thing, what really matters to them. But instead, they're focusing on Harry and Meghan. I don't know, like this comment said, they should just mind their own business. Harry no longer in their circle, so I don't know why. And the thing that happened in Germany, where people were so happy to see them and all of that, this really bothers them. I felt it.
Fever. Red carpet 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 fever.
It bothers them because there were some random comments that I was reading. Why are they walking on a red carpet? A freaking red carpet. Can you freaking imagine that? A red carpet. They were annoyed by it. I don't understand. Oh my God. It's like Harry and Meghan had superpower walking on air. This was mind-boggling to me. They were annoyed by that. So that popularity, the embracement, the warm welcome, all those photographers out there, happy to see them, they were not happy about that. So that really pisses them off. Oh my God, this has a lot of good comment. Okay, and this is why they're messing up Twitter. So some good-minded people writing common sense. Okay, they lost a gem. If they had been forward-thinking, they would have embraced both her and Harry when they saw their star power. Instead, they let jealousy rule. And if you look at the video that I did before this one, is it Netherlands? No, not Netherlands. The other one. Okay, do I still have that open? No. Okay, I forgot which one I was talking about. Okay, never mind. Is this? Oh, from this. What? Norway. Say something like American don't understand royalty, this kind of thing. They're coming out of the woodwork. And the other thing that really pisses them off, all right? Again, when Harry was in the Netherlands, I've said this, okay? Harry hanging out with the king, that annoys them. I believe they felt that, in my humble opinion, he should be the one to give them access. Knowing that Harry could have access on his own, that pisses them off. I'm telling you, this is the problem that they're having. Access. Harry and Meghan are creating their own access that pisses them off. And this is why they want to put that level of things where certain group of people is in that level. No one should be above that. Certain people, should open the door for them. That's the thing that I see, and I think I'm right. And this is why you're seeing all those royals are coming out of the woodwork. I guess the Netherlands king didn't get the memo, so he should stay like that. Because from what I've seen, and I did a video where there was a holiday for kings or something, he was partying with the people, so he better stay that way, because I don't see things going any better for the others who speaking out like that, especially with the young generation that's out there. All right, let's read some more. So there's some good comments here. Okay, let's see here. The palace has historically treated second-born badly. They just don't know what to do with the spare, and certainly don't know what to do with the spare's wife. And they were expected to stay put and take it for the rest of their lives. And yet the palace took massive umbrage when the spare defined his own role and married a woman who had done the same her whole life, what an antiquated institution. Well, the spare and the spare's wife. Maybe that will be the next book. The spare and the spare wife knew what to do with themselves, hence they abandoned the toxic environment and thoroughly dysfunctional family, and they are thriving, not just surviving. That's not the point of life, wisely put by the spare's wife. The squad are good the way they're putting their comment, the spare's wife.
It's not enough to just survive something, right? Like, that's not the point of life. You've got to thrive, you've got to feel happy.
And there is a difficult okay, fine, I'll read the whole thing. Well, okay, I just read that. And there it is difficult, that has been banished around as a bully is all about her level of self-belief. There is nothing wrong with self-belief, but when it gets turned on its head to be used as a weapon against you, then it gets misunderstood and used incorrectly. Okay, deliberately so. And when I was reading, I was like, there's nothing wrong about self-belief, but when you're reading it, you'll be like, this is why I said the UK is good with wording. As you read it, you like, wait a second, why will someone have the audacity to write something like that? And you would think it's a negative way, but when you really take the time, calm yourself down after the shocker of knowing for the audacity of writing it, you think deeply about it, you'll be like, what's wrong with self-belief? It's a good thing. My goodness. Okay, if you don't want to dedicate your life to duty and service and don't want to follow protocols, do not marry the future king's son. Excuse me?
And there was hugs, and I had the ring in my finger, and I was like, can I give you the ring? And she goes, oh yes, the ring.
And don't want to follow protocols, do not marry the future king's son. Excuse me?
For me, it's an added member of the family. It's another team player as part of the bigger team. And for all of us, all we want to do is be able to carry out the right engagements, carry out our work, and try and encourage others and the younger generation to be able to see the world in the correct sense, rather than perhaps having a distorted view.
And don't want to follow protocols, do not marry the future king's son. Excuse me?
So the fact that I fell in love with Meghan so incredibly quickly was a sort of confirmation to me that everything, all the stars were aligned, everything was just perfect.
And don't want to follow protocols, do not marry the future king's son. Excuse me?
This beautiful woman just sort of literally tripped and fell into my life. I fell into her life. just this beautiful woman just sort of literally tripped and fell into my life. I fell into her life. And the fact that I know the fact that she'll be really unbelievably good at the job part of it as well.
And don't want to follow protocols, do not marry the future king's son. Excuse me?
You know, we're a fantastic team. We know we are, and we hope to, you know, over time, try and have as much impact for all the things that we care about as much as possible.
And don't want to follow protocols, do not marry the future king's son. Excuse me?
Getting a new country out of it, a husband obviously, but also giving up your
nice,
career.
And don't want to follow protocols, do not marry the future king's son. Excuse me?
I'm really just proud of who I am and where I come from, and we have never put any focus on that. We've just focused on who we are as a couple. And so when you take all those extra layers away and all of that noise, I think it makes it really easy to just enjoy being together and tune all the rest of that out.
And don't want to follow protocols, do not marry the future king's son. Excuse me?
The decision that I have made for my wife and I to step back. The decision that I have made for my wife and I to step back is not one I made lightly. It was so many months of talks after so many years of challenges.
And don't want to follow protocols, do not marry the future king's son. Excuse me?
If you want to be private, go back to America and live privately. It's pretty straightforward.
So it's about boundaries and it's about respect. They've created a false narrative. I've never talked about privacy.
And don't want to follow protocols, do not marry the future king's son. Excuse me? And don't want to follow protocols, do not marry the future king's son. Excuse me?
You know, my mum clearly taught me a certain set of values of which I will always try and uphold.
And don't want to follow protocols, do not marry the future king's son. Excuse me?
Despite the role and the job that sometimes that entails, if you know what I mean. Mum clearly taught me a certain set of values of which I will always try and uphold, despite the role and the job that sometimes that entails, if you know what I mean.
And don't want to follow protocols, do not marry the future king's son. Excuse me?
I will always protect my family, and now I have a family to protect. I will always protect my family, and now I have a family to protect. And
don't want to follow protocols, do not marry the future king's son. Excuse me?
Everything that she went through and what happened to her is incredibly raw every single day, and that's not me being paranoid, that's just me not wanting a repeat of the past. That's just me not wanting a repeat of the past. And I have no regrets. It's incredibly sad, but I have no regrets at all, because now I'm in a place where I feel as though I should have been 4 years ago.
The king's son asked her to marry him. Okay, the king's son asked her to marry him. So what is the problem? The king's son should have known that. Okay, now the current king, of course, as said before, Meghan is not suited to that life. Harry married her. Surely he knew that. That's what makes no sense. Okay. I don't understand what's going on here, but.
And I have no regrets. It's incredibly sad, but I have no regrets at all, because now I'm in a place where I feel as though I should have been 4 years ago.
Let's read it. Even before meeting Harry, Meghan's life was already dedicated to service. There was no protocol to follow, as Meghan did the same as the others, but was chastised while the others were lauded. Being eternally abused is the life that Meghan isn't suited for, and Harry very sensibly knows that. Alright, there's one comment on that. Okay, so that was that one. Okay, so I read that. But Harry asked Meghan to marry him. So, I don't know. And that comment is very good as well. Meghan was already doing service. Okay, doing charitable work, all sort of things. Okay, isn't what the royal family claim they are? Doing charitable work? Why are they getting the taxpayers' money then? Okay, the cat is out of the bag. They're exposing themselves. Meghan was already doing that, so Harry went, and then this is the idea they put on Harry's head as well. Since he was a child, it ingrained in him to do charitable work.
How do you understand it to begin with? How do you know that that's a part of your destiny?
Well, we don't, put it this way, we don't all sit in a room with a queen and a blackboard going. It's a kind of, I don't know, I think it's, I wouldn't say it's in our blood, but at the same time I think it's over history and watching our parents, watching our grandparents, and just learning our way through that process. I mean, Christ, I think I went to my first proper royal engagement at the age of 4 or 5.
Okay, isn't what the royal family claim they are? Doing charitable work? Why are they getting the taxpayers' money then? Meghan was already doing that, so Harry went, and then this is the idea they put on Harry's head as well. Since he was a child, it ingrained in him to do charitable work.
Did you always embrace this role and responsibility?
No, I don't think I understood it. I think what happened to my mum probably put me a step back, thinking, well, how could someone who did so much for the world and did so much for everybody else could be treated like that by a certain institution? So
Meghan was already doing that, so Harry went, and then this is the idea they put on Harry's head as well. Since he was a child, it ingrained in him to do charitable work.
So it takes a bit of getting used to, but as I said, you know, it's once you understand the privileged position that you're in, you've then got to spend the rest of your life earning that privilege and giving back, and also getting the trust and respect of the general public, and then using that position for good.
Meghan was already doing that, so Harry went, and then this is the idea they put on Harry's head as well. Since he was a child, it ingrained in him to do charitable work.
What helped you to understand that position that you were in?
Spending 10 years in the military was one.
And what did that do for you?
I think I wouldn't say it changed my outlook on life, but there were certainly experiences that I went through during those 10 years that not only was I surrounded by normal people on a day-to-day basis and being able to share and talk about everyday issues that they were going through, but it was a grounding moment for me as well, you know.
Right? So he found a wife who also enjoyed doing charitable work. So Meghan fit perfectly over there. So the illusion, the perception that they made people believe they're there to do charitable work so they could get taxpayers' money, do charities, whatever. So what's the problem? Meghan knew the assignment and she did it well. Just look at some of the things she did. Smart work, Greenfield, the cookbook, and some other things she did over there. All right. So all of those charities were self-sustained. The others, they going bankrupt or they close down because there's no money. So Meghan understand the assignment. So I don't know, unless I'm missing something here, because that was the whole idea when I started following the royal family. That was the whole idea that I got. But anyway, next tweet.